Tune in. M-A-N-U-P. We speak life for reality. Our thoughts are not fiction. No one gets an opinion on the topics that we mention with the Holy Ghost boldness. God's in control of this. Real talk with real men for purpose and focus. Growth to get better. See, man up, we better. To change for the better. The future getting better. True men of God. Leading, going hard. It's time to level up with the Man Up Squad. Now, man up. You got this. M-A-N-U-P. Man up. That man up. M-A-N-U-P. That man up.
Thank you for allowing us to be in your home or wherever you are. Please like, share, and comment. Won't you make sure you share this so your family and your friends can be a part of Man Up Live today. We are in the sanctuary. We have not been here for a long time. How y'all guys doing?
Great.
I'm so glad that nobody got locked up in the last couple of months. We all returned back. That's not the whole team. Pastor Marcus and them had some family celebrations and time, and we want to make sure we focus on the family. That's important to us. Amen. Especially the little part of the family, making sure they grow. So we thank God for his life and those that are not here, coaching them that are not here. But we're here, guys. We're here, guys. Let's have a round table talk. What do y'all want to talk about? Money? You want to talk about sex? You want to talk about family? You want to talk about health? You want to talk about sports? You get sports, I'm going to let John sit here because I ain't got time for no sports right now. Amen. They don't pay tithes and offering. But if you want to, what would y'all want to throw something at us? Let's just do things off the cuff today. What y'all want to deal with? Economy, the government? Let's talk. Matter of fact, won't y'all give us some ideas or some things that we can talk about? I don't know if anybody got their phone ready. Jabba, help us out. Some ideas. I don't have anything. I don't have my phone. Yeah, I got my phone here. Let's go on page, y'all. Let's go on Facebook. Somebody go on Facebook. Somebody go on YouTube and see if they got any questions. Let's just make it a panel. Let's just make it wide open. Matt, you got what you gonna get, Matt? You got Facebook. Who's gonna get YouTube?
I got YouTube.
Okay. And, yeah. And if anybody got any questions to ask the panel, won't they come on and be a part? Ella Warren is not even with us. We got some things happening today, and we just excited. I'm on the Man Up show, so let's get some things. Here we go. So if you got any questions, come and join us. We want to talk about anything. We're going to talk about anything today. How emotional. Let's talk about the man's emotions in life. Like, I got a question for all of y'all. Do you think that when pressure hits your life, the people that's in your life, do you think they see it, and do you think they know how to help you manage it?
No.
He was quick.
Yeah. No, they don't. Because we hide it. We can hold it real good. We can take a lot of pressure before we crack. So they don't even know we are sold about the pop. They don't know that until you pop, and then it's like whoa. And then, but even still, it's a lot of pressure anyway. What it is we're dealing with, just being a man, being a father, husband, a worker. So we got a lot on us, and we sometimes used to doing that. Without having to share that responsibility, share
but
that.
Then why it takes a man, and this is everybody, what makes a man feel like he can't share? What is it that says this is the pressure, mentally, emotionally, financially, health-wise, whatever the case may be? What makes it so long for us to share, or do we lack in how we share? Is that it? What is it?
Yes.
I believe some men in the world don't want to let down the wall. And, because, some men are taught, if you cry, you're not a man. If you're going through this, or what have you, you're not a man. So I believe the man that wants help need to expose that he needs help versus, keeping it to him, keeping it to himself, because you can look a certain way because the outside look is always different than what a person could be feeling, in on the inside.
I'm going to be double advocate. Is it you don't want to share because of what the response might be?
That's a part of it. or sometimes we just don't know how to. It's really difficult for somebody to just say, I need help. And also, the response can come off negative because then you looking like you're weak, you know? And then somebody can attack you with that weakness. And it's like, man, I should kept my mouth shut.
I can say something. I speak a lot of times just because I've made a lot of mistakes. I made a lot of mistakes, and I can tell you that what I realized, what I used to do when stuff would happen, I would hold it, and then everybody could kind of feel the heat from it, and then I would take. But then when I was ready to pop, then I would dump it all out on, like, my wife. But then what I realized, and it was so empowering, and things changed completely when I talked to God way more. So a lot of my issues because a lot of times we as husbands, and we want to even, I don't know if fiance, but husbands and all that type, we kind of want to give it to our wife, and that's our helpmate. But so that's our helpmate, but our helpmate is not stronger than our help. And our help is from God. So I cannot tell y'all how much more I talk to God, and I'll be like, God, these are the plans I got. This is what I like. But like when I got an issue, it's like, bruh, God, like, I need this. God, I need to do this. I need to do this. And I was like, I just need your help. I need your help. So I've been taking it more to Him, and guess what? It makes it better. I'm just telling you, because I done been the one where it blow up and
Right.
Yeah, I think
I know how I look, but
I think somebody like what you're saying because they said, can they get your phone number on Facebook? Just
Yeah, I just saw that too.
said the bald head guy, the light skinned one.
And John said, who me? We trying to get a dating game going on at the same time. John say, who me?
That's my sister. It ain't me. If I don't
It's a
think
good
so.
thing that we brought up this question because I just had this conversation with a partner of mine up in PA last week, and he's going through some issues, right? And it's financial. And I'm like, yo, why don't you talk to your girl? He was like, but she can't help me because she's not working. So sometimes we don't share because the person we share with can't really help you with the situation. So he's feel that way.
It's sometimes like, let's say that guy did open up, and like he said, the response was weird. He's not gonna open up no more.
That's it.
The only person we allow to hurt us is the one we married. You get what I'm saying? Anybody else don't stand a chance, but they don't understand like what you think and what you say. It really affects me. You get what I'm saying? So if I can't open up to you, who can I open up to? Yeah, we got God now. But what's in that house is what our everyday thing. God is every day too, but I ain't downplaying Him. But it's like it matters how they make us feel. That's a part of the helpmate. That's a part of the security for the man.
I was just gonna say, I know for me personally, if I'm dealing with something, and it could be like stressful, I don't want to share that stress with somebody else. I'd rather just deal with it with me, because now we both stressed. Potentially, they could help, but they could also just get anxiety, get nervous. Like, No, I'd rather be like, okay, let me deal with that, talk to God, and try to figure it out, than to like put it on somebody else. It's sometimes, I'm not saying everything, but sometimes you like, no, I'm gonna take this one.
I agree with you. For me, if you're gonna help me, let me go in my own pace in how I present it, because I'm figuring it out as I work it out. So when I present it to you is because I'm hoping that you're mature enough to understand that some things are already worked out. So before I can give you my energy, I have to first find my peace, because I don't know how your responses to your energy are going to be. So if I'm struggling with something physically or struggling with something financially, because of your energy, you can make it worse for me. So I got to find some peace in what I tell you, because I don't know what your response is going to be with the energy. You see what I'm saying? And now I'm fighting what I told you, and you don't even know. You putting the battle on me at the same time. You're making it worse because 5,000 questions on something I don't have an answer to. Why, how, when, what they say, how long. That's too much for me, especially when at the end of the day, at the end of the conversation, it's still gonna be mine. You see what I'm saying? And I think that some people just want to be there so you could talk to, or they just want to they want to know. They want to know what's bothering you. They want to know. And sometimes you like, it ain't about you knowing. It's about me internally figuring it out. I'm not made out of the same thing you made out of, because what I'm made out of is carrying you. So how are you going to be made out of the same thing I'm made out of, because I'm carrying you? So how you going to carry me if in all your relationship I've been carrying you?
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So let me figure it out. I've been going through some things, and it's personal to me and it's private to me, and I choose to say how much it's going to be, and I choose to say how less it's going to be, because I am figuring it out. You're not going to mold me to be what you want me to be. You're going to respect what I am when it comes to me and my concerns and my issues. And it doesn't mean I'm dismissing you. It just means my makeup is figuring it out. That makes sense? I shut the house down. Look at it. Everybody got quiet.
Oh, that was good.
For some people, that's not good enough.
That's because they build their world out of their feelings and not yours. No. When a woman or a person comes to you and 90% of the conversation is about what you're not doing or what you're not, they're building this whole conversation off of their feelings. They have not considered your feelings at all.
Crazy.
At all. And they think they consider, which is Ms. Rock, and John have more fun with that Facebook. They will feel like they making you, that they're considering you, but all they doing is pressuring you. They will really feel like they're considering you,
Right.
but all they doing is pressuring you. Let me tell you something. I think it's wrong. I think that if I have an issue, right, and that issue I have, I don't want to present to you right now, and you get mad about it, that's some witchcraft in that.
Yeah.
And your energy, your position is, I'm hiding something. This is my issue. The woman with the issue of blood did not talk to a community. She talked to herself. If only I could touch. You think everybody else would say, well, you ain't let us know. There's some witchcraft. That's some dominance. That's some control spirits. When you feel like I'm not mature enough. I'm your partner, but I'm not mature enough to figure this out before I tell you. That's witchcraft. Now you walk around, I'm already depressed, and you ain't speaking to me because I won't tell you what I'm depressed about. That's unhealthy.
And then it kind of piggybacks on your track record. So if you've been known throughout the years that situations arise and you've handled it, then let me handle it. I'll tell you what you need to know, or what I think that you should know, and let me deal with it. If there's anything where I can't come up with it or I can't handle it, then we may come back to you and be like, look, babe, I tried this way, I did this, it didn't work. What you think you can do about it, or what you think you can help me with, or whatever the case may be. But sometimes when they believe that we can't handle it, we've been handling it. It's been 20 some odd years. We had a house, we got the cars, none of the kids are dead, we still alive, we still walking upright. We've been handling it. Struggle's gonna come, so you just gotta sit back, be patient, and let us handle it.
And sometimes you don't want to tell them because they'll tell others.
That's
Yeah.
Where they get, see, let me share something with you. Whoever you trust somebody. So eventually, what you trust them with, they're gonna give it to someone they trust with. And that person has someone they trust. And it all depends on the value of the information, how long that goes.
And you know, like you said, topics, and you know, I'm looking at the Facebook, I don't see no other topics, so I'm gonna ask a question about another topic. And we talk about pressure, we talk about finances. So, you know, what would be, or what's our thought process on, you know, these thousands of people that trusted their jobs, right? Furloughed, you know, and now they're dealing with this furlough. And maybe y'all got more insight on it, that they're working and they're not getting paid. Like if this is 1,000 people or more that has trusted, you know, this, they're like, does it happen to me? 29 years of service at, at a place, and that you believe in it, and not that you think that you're invincible, but you can be working somewhere so long, and then one day, they don't even tell you, and you go there, and now you're walking out with a crate of supplies. So this furlough thing that they're dealing with, and if we got some people watching that going through, here's an opportunity, I guess, for them to, jump in and ask a question. But are they working without getting paid?
Yeah,
Chris?
yeah. My wife worked federal government. She go to work.
So what's that?
Yeah, they're not getting paid.
Yeah, she works. She clocks in every day.
Yeah.
And there's
So-
no paycheck. So like
crazy.
this Friday will be the first check where there's like no pay. The first time it was like a couple days that was missing, and then this Friday coming would typically be the payday. Ain't no direct
They're
deposit.
giving it's going to be back pay?
Now
Is
it's
like-
supposed to be back pay.
Yeah, they gotta pay back
like they
pay.
keep a track of.
Yeah, they're gonna get the money back eventually.
Back pay.
See, that furlough is when the government uses their power to get things through.
Political agenda.
Political. It's all political, but they use people's money and it's all about trying to get something through that the other side says no to. So it's almost like if you don't sit this through, then we're going to lay off the people to help you work. And it's not really a layoff because at the end of it, they all get their money back.
But do they get their jobs back?
If the jobs are there.
But didn't they fire people?
Yeah,
Well,
but
they
no,
fired.
they're-
Yeah, that's for the people who
Yeah,
didn't
they're
come into
threatening
work.
that.
So
No, the
people
ones
that
that didn't
say
come to
I
work.
wasn't coming to
Yeah.
work, if you're not paying me, if that happens, they get grounds to fire you.
But
Yeah,
it's
because
nothing-
and the reason to be in is because those people are a major part to keep the government running.
Right.
See, when security and stuff like that, they keep the government running.
Because I was thinking like, why
So
don't
it's
everybody
like-
just don't go to work? Let the airports, everything shut down. That'll make them.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you can't harm the country. You can't harm the country, and that's one of the things you do when you get that job. That's one of the things you agree to. That if anything ever goes, if a war breaks loose and they can't pay you, you still got to come to work.
They consider you a public servant.
You're a
Like,
public
you serve
servant,
the
right?
public,
So that's one of the
regardless
agreements.
what happens, yeah.
That's why they go. That's why they can do the hell they want to do all these years because the system is crooked towards them. So when you go off and act like you sick for 6 months and get paid for it, to the government it ain't nothing but money.
And you really do
Let's
have to.
be real.
If I'm
That's
not
all it
mistaken,
is.
You gotta sign that agreement. It's like one of them like, I used to work for the federal government, so raise your right hand and read this statement and then sign it to say like I'm agreeing to be a public servant.
Oh, okay.
Once you say, oh, I ain't showing up to work, but you work for Social Security and people still gotta get their Social Security benefits, you're now saying I'm dishonoring the agreement that I signed. So now they say, okay, since you dishonored your agreement, I could terminate you.
And
That makes
not
sense.
only
Wow.
the furlough
crazy.
affects the government, it affects private industry too, because now they expect the private industry to give you passes until your furlough is over with. So if you rent a place, they expect that place to not foreclose on your house because they're gonna give you eventually you're gonna get the whole check to pay the bill anyway. So that's how they look at it. So they expect that when the furlough's over with, the bank says, okay, now you behind 3 months, and we need you to pay the 3 months because that's how long it took. This is I think is this the longest it ever been?
No, this the second. No,
They say
this
this-
one that was 30-something days. The last one was
Okay.
yeah. The difference with the last one was there were more people getting paid than there is this time.
Right.
So like prime example, in my household, my wife was still getting paid on the last furlough. They had a certain group of employees, that
And that's
were.
because
This
they
time,
had
it's-
the money was already in the
it was
funds.
already in the funds.
The
But
money
like you
was,
said,
when the
it's-
money's in the funds,
it's-
it stays until it
it's
runs
all
out.
political. This side wants
They want
says
the health care.
like the health care.
credits to keep going.
We're saying, okay, pass the
Yeah,
bill first, and then we can
Democrats,
negotiate on health care.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
no. Let's like it's like a
Republicans
back
like,
and forth.
nah,
Like
yeah.
nobody
So-
wants to give up.
I think this is an awesome opportunity.
This is the crazy thing, not cut you off. The people that are fighting on both sides about it, right? They getting paid.
They still get
They
paid.
get paid, yeah.
Yeah.
They don't lose. They don't lose no checks. They don't lose no money.
Their money don't stop.
Their money don't stop, but they affect you that you running the government.
This is an awesome time to realize that if they can feed you, they can starve you. Even Pastor, I remember Pastor told me about our business. He was like, "Don't let that be your only stream of income.
That's right.
He said that about our business. And so, and it's like, this is where it's like we should, the Bible said, we're supposed to have like 7 streams of different streams.
Yeah.
So this is a time, Missionary Charlene was like, this is a time where it's like, hey, even we talked about who was in the sanctuary, we brought this up, and he was like, all these people who got these side business, this is a time to where you probably need to explore your business. Just think about back in the day, back in Bible times, it's like people did what you owned what you did. There's a statistic that says that back like in the early 1900s, you owned everything. So if you had a pig farm, you had a cow farm, you had a milk farm, you had a chicken farm, people didn't work for people. People you owned, So, but now it's like 10% of the people own 90% of everything else. So we're awesome consumers, but we got to start becoming producers. When you're the producer, you can continuously pivot. You can keep going doing something else.
People don't like to be a producer because producer, it's a dirty job. It takes a lot of work. It's a lot of work.
It's easy and like.
It's a lot of work.
Not to keep saying I work for the federal. It ain't a lot of some of those jobs. You don't do a lot of work.
Show up, long as you show up.
2 weeks.
Long as
Some
you
people
show
work
up.
hard, but there's some people that just kind of.
You can show up high and they put you in the high program.
That's what I'm saying. I think the only if you have like a harassment, you probably get fired. But there's a lot of things you can do and keep that job. You can not do work.
You could be a drug addiction and they'll put you in a drug program and keep your job.
And that's what the scary part is. It used to be the most secure place to work, and now you see something like this and it's like, where is secure? Nowhere. So
See, this is what I think, and I don't want to get into the politics, and then we only got 8 minutes. I think that all this comes from because the leader of the world or the United States wants everybody that is seasoned to retire. The problem with the government is that nobody wants to go home because it's an easy job. So they bringing all these new people in with all these old people that got seniority, and everybody's getting checks. So let them get frustrated and say, I don't have to go to this, and now I can go to the thing I've been saving, my pension and all that. I think he just wants to clear the state. That's what was coming, to clear the state. Everybody that has season, that could go get they had money that they can go. That's a different fund. That's a different fund. That's set there waiting for them. I think that's what he wants to do. He wants to make sure that the government is no longer paying people because they have time.
Well, Pastor, why did they cut off the employment of the people that started like within the last 2 to 3 years before the furlough? They got fired first when it was already a financial issue.
Because the people that first came on that came on in the early stage, they came to place to set the new platform. Now the people that stayed now learning the new platform, and you can't get rid of the people in the middle. You have to get rid of the people at the bottom first. You see what I'm saying? So we're going to relieve you from your job. Thank you. You have less years than the person up here, but you train the person up here to do what we want to do. Now I'm getting blown away by this AI thing. This AI thing, I thought it was complicated. This thing, how about this? I used to be able to say, Siri, give me blah, blah, blah. Guess what Siri says now? Do you want to go to chat, Pete? You want to get it from chat? They going to force you to learn something that you saying, I don't want to learn.
But you know who brought that up on Man Up a couple of years ago, said it was taking up Bishop Rick. I don't know, remember, he was talking about AI and how it was going to take over and the deep fake and all that. He brought that up. It was almost 2 years ago.
He sure did. When he first came here,
Yep.
he talked about it. He said it's going to come over and this is what it's going to do. The body of Christ is always warned. We might not listen, but we always warn. You had a question? We had a few minutes.
So we got a question on YouTube. It says, is there any advice or anything you tell young men growing up in this current climate?
Anything?
Yeah.
I think that young men don't want to listen, so you're gonna have to show them. And I think they don't want to listen because we showed them that we didn't want to listen. But you'd be surprised. You choose the father you listen to. you don't always listen to the father that birthed you. It's kind of complicated. What we wouldn't do, they're now doing freely because they don't think it's a price to it. We tell them we didn't do it because it's a price. You know, shacking up was a price. They be like, okay, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this at 17 and 18.
I also think that that's a good question. I also think that the mechanism or the defense that that's out here in the world is like, let's say our phones. People have access to whatever they want to have access to, and even if you have, like all of us guys on here, got to focus, can lead, guide, can mentor, and different things like that. But with the influences that they have in their hand, right, almost every single day, the influences out-influence us, if that makes sense what I'm saying. Because they have more opportunity to go to something that's negative here, versus, coming to sit and talk to somebody, because their phones, it's, if you just said ChatGPT, go there, how do you become a great information on how to do wrong, right, whatever it is.
Miss Charlene got up and said ChatGPT wrote a prayer for her. Wrote a prayer for the situation she was in today. And she read it. That blew her mind. I was in the balcony, and it was a whole row of kids with iPads. Mm-hmm. So the iPad had more information for them than the word. And I understand it's a tool that we use to keep kids engaged and get kids in there. But I think that we need to, if that is what we're going to use, we also need to demand that it can be used in some seasons to empower them.
Mm-hmm. The thing is so bad. You can go, when she said, pull up a prayer, you can go up there and say, on these systems, this AI, and say, write me a song. It'll ask you, what feeling do you desire, right? What voice do you want it to be? Do you want it to be anger? Do you want it to be sad? Do you want it to be inspirational? And it'll give you the words and the sound and the tune.
So that means everything that comes from a feeling is lost. Some songs was written out of a feeling, and it went around the world. Yeah. So the feeling, AI is counseling how you feel, what you could feel through something. The AI is destroying the experience to get where you're going.
It's removing the human being out of everything that we do, say, watch, think. Like, it just takes us out. It's all robot, computer generated. Like,
actually, it's getting rid of, like you said, everything. Yeah. Because if I say, draw me a picture of a flower, it's going to give me a picture of a flower, but that might not be the flower I see. Mm-hmm. It's giving me its version of a flower, but that's not what I see. So you're telling me that's the flower that I'm looking at.
So it's going to affect education then, because now I don't have to pay for something I can AI it.
That's already
the
doing
kids
that.
don't know how to write in cursive.
Yeah,
they don't even write in cursive in school at all. So how they go? Well, I know checks and that, but they don't know how to write in cursive. But the word says, huh?
That age group is like 24. They don't know how to write in cursive.
But not right or wrong, how often do you actually use cursive? Because nowadays,
back in the day, just sign your name.
No,
to sign your name.
But now you got DocuSign. Yeah. I can print my name on a computer and it will put it in cursive for me. I'm not saying right or wrong. I'm just saying how often are those.
So we're going to destroy the ability to have it illegal, because if you can type it and print it, it should not be official.
Yeah, I'm just saying it exists with DocuSign. I can send you legal.
Yeah, I think that although it's powerful,
a loan document, right? You DocuSign and you type my name.
I agree with you. I've done it before. I think although it's powerful, if we don't look down the road, it can be very harmful.
Yeah, I agree.
To the basic thing of life.
Well, guess what? The Bible also says there's nothing new under the sun. Movies, Hancock,
all that type of stuff.
Total Recall. When the cab driver was driving them around, he wasn't driving. That stuff is now today. Yeah, so the movies already display what's happening in the future.
Yeah, our time is running out. The world has allow us to dream it and now live it. But what makes life is how you feel it, what you feel. Our time is up. We hope we see you soon. God bless you. We love you.
But you know, if this power.